Hi, it's Sarah. Amy and I wanted to put a video together just to make sure you guys are feeling confident with Zoom. The best way to practice with Zoom is to just get in there and do some meetings. So I'm going to go through a meeting. We're going to have a meeting with some stuffed animals and my cat, if we can keep Rufus to sit still. Some of you are scheduling your meetings by using the scheduler program in Zoom. That's fantastic. Some of you are using your personal meeting ID link, which is great too. But we want to make sure that the waiting room is set in both of those options. So that's something I'm going to just go through real quick to make sure that you know and you can check. Also, there's some talk about attendance. And what if you have a student in your room who doesn't have a name, like maybe it just says iPhone, and they have their video turned off? Okay, so here we are at zoom.us. Just type it in, go to sign in, and do not type in your email address. Just go down here to sign in with Google. You want to select your school email address. So here's the landing page. It shows up on is usually meetings. So some people are scheduling their meetings through the scheduler program, which is great. So when you see the meetings tab, it will show all of the meetings that you've scheduled. See how it's that button disappears? The start button. But when I hover over my meeting, I click start, it's going to launch that meeting. Now, if you are using your own personal link, that's fantastic. And you're going to go into personal room. And this is where you want to make sure that your waiting room is on. So if that is not on and you see passcode there, go down to edit, and then you want to click waiting room. One other setting is alternative host. So that is someone else that can use your personal link. So I put in Christy Martin, the principal of Whitmer, and so she can hop into any meeting. It's kind of like we're sharing that link. So she can hop in and share. And then when I'm happy with what is set, I go save. If you are scheduling your meetings and you're not using your private or your personal meeting room, you can go to settings. And the very first setting is the waiting room setting. Here, if it's in blue, that means the waiting room is on. If it's grayed out, that means the waiting room is off. I want it on. There are so many settings in Zoom. I mean, just look at all of these. You know, we could spend an hour going through every single one, and they're dependent on you. It depends on if you are a kindergarten teacher or a junior high or high school teacher. So they're all different. One that learned through trial and error is there's one called annotations. So this means that students can write on your screen when you're sharing. So it's up to you. Mine is off. I really don't want people writing on my screen as I'm sharing. Another one that you may want to look at is the polling. Whoop. So there's polling. I have polling on. That gives me the option to set up a poll while I am teaching. I don't want people to have to worry about passcodes, so I have those turned off. I want them to be able to click on my link, hop in the meeting, and we're good to go. So when it comes to Monday and I am starting my first meeting, if I am using my personal ID, and I'm ready to start my meeting, I'm going to go to the meeting tab, go to my personal room, and just click start. If you are scheduling those meetings in advance, like every meeting has a different link, you're going to go to meetings. You're going to show your list of meetings. You're going to hover and you're just going to click start, and it will start that meeting. People will be in a waiting room as long as your settings are set for that. And then it'll say open Zoom meetings, open Zoom meeting, and you are good to go. Here's an example of what the waiting room looks like for the student. So this is what they see. It does show that Mrs. Hoffman's personal meeting room. We're waiting for the host to begin. Once I begin, the students have the option to join with a video or without a video. Okay, so here is our Zoom meeting right here, and we have people in the waiting room. So we can admit everyone, or we can admit one at a time. So if we admit Mario, we will see Mario pop in here, hopefully. There we go. There's Mario. And then I can admit all. Now we have all the participants of our meeting. I'm the host, so you can see me here. And this is my screen that I'm looking at. So if you accidentally brought someone into your meeting that wasn't supposed to be there, and maybe they have your class third period, you can go to more and you can put them back in the waiting list. Or I'm sorry, you can put them back in the waiting room. So boom, there's that student is back in the waiting room. So we're going to admit Sonic back. Now, with the camera on, you could be like, hey, Sonic, you're not Sarah. And you can change their name. So you can say that's Sonic. But here's Sarah Hoffman, and you just need to kind of show them how to do this. Just everything behind those three dots, the lazy snowman or the upright snowman, whenever there's three dots, it is always fun. There's fun stuff, and you can rename them, and you could write Rufus the cat. And there we go. All right, so here's my meeting, and now I'm going to share my screen. So I click on this little green button right here. There are other options, but for the main one that you want to definitely know and start with is just click on screen. That will give your entire screen. And then click share. And here is my screen that I'm sharing. Here are the students in my class. And I can go to my presentation. I can hit present. Now you notice it takes up the entire screen, which you might be comfortable with that. I do like to see the tabs that I have at the top. So if I just click there, it's still in present mode, but I can see the rest of my screen, but my slide deck isn't there, so I can still click through what I need to. If you want to get back to the toolbars, like if you want to check the chats or something, you can just hover on that green "you are sharing your screen," and then you could click on more and then the chat, and you can bring that up to see if anyone has any chats. When you're done sharing, just simply click stop sharing. And then you come back to this main screen where you can see all of your students. And when you're all ready to end the meeting and you say goodbye to everyone, so we can go to participants, and I'm going to move someone to the waiting room. So when I'm done with my meeting, I can look and see that there's someone in the waiting room. So I want to end my class with these three students, and if they don't leave, you can just click more and remove, and then confirm that you want to remove, and then more and remove. When you're ready, you can admit your next group into your class. So when you are ready to completely end the meeting, you're done for the day, you can hit end meeting for all. But if you end the meeting for everyone, then it kicks everyone out. So at the end of the day, you can just end meeting for all, and it's all done.